The following is a presentation of 912 Sports. Welcome to On Air with 912 Sports, your number one source for high school sports. With Sean Smoke and Kevin Price. On Air with 912 Sports is brought to you by Coastal Pines Technical College. Go Coastal. Prime South Bank. Find your prime. Robbie Robertson Ford, because Fords are cheaper in the swamp. Gibson Animal Clinic, practical solutions with limited fees. Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, the region's best orthopedic care. And Kim Smoke, licensed realtor with eXp Realty.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. We've got a great show for you tonight. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Kevin Price is going to bring us our wrestling update as all the area-wide wrestling contests got completed this week. Everybody's getting ready for state duels. Kevin will bring us up to speed on who's going where. And then I had an opportunity to talk to both the Lady Gator coach, Coach Mandy Linkenfelder, and the Gators boys coach, Coach Lenny Williams, about their big 3-0 run there in Region 1 5A. They've been playing really, really good basketball. Don't have a game until Friday, but they've got to go on the road to play Jenkins, and then a big home contest where Statesboro comes to town to play there in the Gator Den on Saturday. That's a game that 912 Sports will have for you on 912sports.net live, so check us out. But stick around. We got a great show right after these messages.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Call on us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Sean Smoke, publisher of 912 Sports, joined now by the head basketball coach for the Ware County Gators, Coach Lenny Williams. Coach, how you doing today, buddy?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me today.
Hey, we appreciate you being on Air with 912 Sports. Coach, wanted to talk to you guys because the Gators have been on a tear here lately. Come in tonight at 11-7 overall, 3-1 in the region. You guys have won the last 3 region games, Coach. Really an impressive fashion. Big win over Jenkins at home. Then go on the road to get one up at Greenbrier, and then back at home for a big win against Coffee on senior night here this past Saturday. This week, it's kind of weird. Didn't have a Tuesday game. But you got one coming up Friday and Saturday, and we'll get into those. But let's just go back, Coach, and take each one of those region games individually and what led to the victories for the Gators.
First with Jenkins at home, we started out strong and then kind of died out a little bit at the end, started playing undisciplined. But we're still learning how to win. We're learning how to build chemistry. We're learning that team. That team is the overall concept of what I'm trying to develop here. And defense. But at the very end, we decided that we had to defend and pull out that victory. Of course, Greenbrier is a different kind of devil. They're very good. Mm-hmm. And if people think that because they've dropped some games here and there that they're not very good, they're the returning number 1 seed. They have everybody back. And when we went up there, my guys were a little bit focused and wanted that win. And, we started out strong. Each quarter we got stronger. And it does help having some very good guys on your team. And of course, Jarvis was on that night, and Darius Ward just, decided to find him that night and make sure that he put the ball in the best player's hands that night. And then the other, Saturday we had Coffee. And we all knew that that'll be an amped up game, crosstown rivalry. But I kept telling my guys, I've been in this situation before. You got to be coachable. Everybody, you're going to hear everybody yelling this, and this, but you got to be coachable and stick to the game plan. And we didn't in the first quarter. And then we hung back in there. We got back in the game before the half. And then in third quarter, we just blew it open. And it started with defense, keeping the ball in transition, making sure we got stops. And again, that buy-in and learning how to win is what these guys are doing.
And like I said, both the Jenkins games and the Coffee game, you guys kind of started out slow, but then by the time it seemed like by halftime, you guys had your legs up under you. Of course, Greenbrier, 2 career nights. Jarvis Wright with a career in points, I think it was 47 points, and Darius Ward a career in assists in 18. So really things kind of went smooth from Jump Street, during that game. But again, Coffee County Saturday night, senior night, and just, what an electric atmosphere, Coach. Matter of fact, I think you said on the broadcast, this is kind of the reason why you came to Ware County, for games like that. But you had to be impressed with the community support on that night.
Yes, we this is what the community wanted. This is what they want. This is what they've been asking for. And we're glad that we're able, my coaching staff, is to put our players in the best position to be successful. And give our players that tough love to understand that you need to hunt now. We always say Gators hunt and letting them understand that factor. And it's great to see people in the stands. It's great to see them for the girls' game, the boys' game. And, I'm used to it where I came from. And our fans have traveled this year. Every time I look up on the road, they're sitting in the stands. So it has been huge. It's been awesome. Social media has been very active. But we want our guys to not get complacent. This is huge for our community, but we have goals. Our goal is not just to win ball games, it's to win the region championship and get to the state tournament and get to the Final Four.
Right. And right now, Gators sitting third in the region behind Statesboro and Bradwell, who play this week. So one of them is going to have a loss. So we'll see. Kind of a different week for the Gators. No game on Tuesday this week. But then you got a road game on Friday where you got to go over to Savannah to play Jenkins, and then a big contest against Statesboro at home on Saturday here at the Gator Den.
Yes, these are going to be two very good games that we'll find out who we really are. I always say that when you go on the road, you find out who you are. And then, of course, with that big win against Greenbrier, it shows that we can win on the road. But I built our schedule for road games. Right. My schedule has not been a cupcake schedule by any means. We've played the tops of the tops of if you look at it. And we want to make sure that we're preparing for the region. And of course, it starts with Friday night at Jenkins. They're tough. They're scrappy. but we want to make sure that we provide that tough and scrappiness on the road as well. And, you know, we're not looking ahead past Jenkins, but as you mentioned, you know, Statesboro, we've done our homework. We just gotta get better each time. And then when Statesboro come up, that's when, you know, hopefully, you know, we can pull out that victory as well.
And Coach Keith Legree over there always does a great job of coaching those guys. Statesboro, you know, perennial power in this region. So it's going to be a big one there. That game will be on 912sports.net. So come on out, support the Gators live at the Gator Den on Saturday. If you can't make it, you can tune in to 912 Sports and catch all the play-by-play action. But, Coach, you guys go get better this week. And if we don't see you on Friday, we'll definitely see you on Saturday as Statesboro comes calling.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thanks a lot. Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
Welcome, sports fans, and thanks for watching On Air with 912 Sports. I'm Sean Spoke, publisher of 912 Sports. We're joined here with Coach Mandy Lincolnfelder, head coach of the Lady Gators from Ware County. Coach, how you doing today?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Coach. Appreciate you being on Air with 912 Sports. Gators are currently 13-5 overall, 3-1 in region play, and on a 3-0 region run, Coach. And that's really what kind of wanted to talk to you guys about today. Had a really strong performances here over the last 3 games. You guys beat Jenkins, you beat Coffee, and you beat Greenbrier on the road. So let's go back and talk about each one of those games and who were some of your top performers from them.
Okay. We took care of Jenkins here. And then Greenbrier on the road is always tough because of the 3 hours and 40 minutes it takes to get there. You know, a total of 7 hours being on a bus there and back. So that's always a big win. Now, Greenbrier, they graduated a good bit last year. So, but it was still big winning at their place. And then Coffee was huge winning at home. Coffee's very aggressive. They're much, much better than they were last year. So that was really a big win for us. And then it being senior night on top of that. So that was good. Leading the way for us this year is Trinity Jenkins. She's our leading scorer, and right behind her is Charlacia Jones. She's leading the way in rebounds, and she's second in scoring. So, graduating tree last year are big inside. We've had to adjust to that this year. But Rihanna, Mateka, and Charlacia are really the top 2 on the boards for us. And we're not very big inside. So they're having to step their game up and produce for us. So, Trinity Jenkins is leading the way in points scored, and then Charlacia is right behind her, and then Charlacia is top in rebounding. Anaya Wesley's also stepping her game up, especially the last 2 games. Last week she had a good week as our point guard, and she's also given us points, which we're not used to that. So it's very well received for her being able to run the point guard position and produce for us. Right. So she's doing a really good job.
Right. And we had both games, both home games, the Jenkins game and the Coffee game on 912sports.net. We broadcast those games live. And you mentioned Wesley. She was our player of the game against Coffee. That was senior night. And, Coach, what a great atmosphere it was here in the gym. I graduated from this high school back in 1984, and I cannot remember a time that a gym was that packed and that electric as far as the atmosphere goes for the Gators.
Yes, and like I said, with you Saturday night, we are so thankful to our community for coming out and supporting these kids. It was so wonderful to see the gym packed, and so we just want to encourage everybody to come back. The boys and the girls are 3-1 in the region, so we definitely need the support at home the rest of the way because we have huge games coming up the next 3 weeks.
Right now, Statesboro and Bradwell are leading the region, Coach. They're both 3-0. They do play this week, so somebody's going to have an L. So they're going to be in the same position. You guys have one loss in region play, but we do have Statesboro coming up. That's going to be coming to the Gator Den and also Bradwell. But at one time, Coach, all three of you guys, and I believe it is still true today, all three of you guys are ranked in the top 10 of 5A.
Yes. These, like I said a while ago, these every game is super important. And, we don't want to overlook anybody. When Jenkins came here, we were only able to win by 7, which that was unexpected. We thought that it would be much more than that. So going to Jenkins, it's just game by game for us. I know that Statesboro, being the number 1 seed, they only beat Jenkins by 4 Saturday. So every game is important, and we are not overlooking anybody from one game to the next. So we have to take care of business one game at a time. But yes, Statesboro's coming here, and that would be a big game to win at home. It's hard to win on the road. So anytime you can win at home and take care of that, that's really good. So we definitely have to play our best basketball the next 3 weeks.
Right. And you guys, playing back-to-back games like that, how tough is that as a team? Here you got to go to Savannah. That's another 2+ hour bus ride. Play at Jenkins, which you said was a really close game the first time. And then you got to turn right back around here on Saturday and play at 5 o'clock in the Gator Den against Statesboro, who's, arguably one of the better teams in 5A.
Right. It's tough. It's tough. 3 games a week in basketball is normal, but it's tough. And just keeping your kids healthy as you can, with it's getting really cold this week. So we're going to have to talk about that a good bit at practice and just doing everything we can to keep them as healthy as possible. We are blessed right now. We're very thankful, and we do not overlook the fact that all of our kids are healthy right now.
Right. And I'm assuming this is where depth comes into play a lot too. I mean, if you got, 3 or 4 people you can go to on the bench, not just the 5 starters that you rely on, you've got that strong bench as well.
We do. And I'm very thankful that we do. We've got a good amount of depth, not as much experience on the varsity floor, but we do have depth where we can sub them in and out as much as possible. I know against the Jenkins, in the Jenkins game, our second 5 actually played the majority of that game.
Right.
So our entire team is needed, and we don't overlook anybody, that we need every single person on the bench.
Well, Coach, you guys go get better this week. Got a big game on the road against Jenkins this Friday night. Then we'll have the game on 912sports.net against Statesboro on Saturday. I think tip is scheduled for 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you Gator fans, come on out, watch these Gators play. If you can't, tune it right here to 912sports.net, and you can catch all the action. But appreciate it, Coach, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you so much, and go Gators.
Go Gators.
At Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery, you don't have to be an athlete to get the region's best orthopedic care. Our board-certified orthopedic surgeons and physicians treat injuries and conditions that affect just about any joint or bone in your body. Plus, we're backed by the support of Southeast Georgia Health System. From fracture repair to joint replacement, Summit Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery will get you moving again. Call 1-855-ASK-SGHS. That's 1-855-275-7447 or visit sghs.org/summit.
It makes sense Prime South Bank would have a great mobile app. Nobody is as mobile as our customers. For a century, they've chased dreams, followed their hearts, took the road less taken, made a new path, taken leaps of faith. At Prime South, offering the latest digital banking, secure pay apps, and new online lending is part of a mobile tradition that goes way back. Life is mobile. So is Prime South. Find your Prime. Member FDIC.
Play it loud and rev it up. Robbie Robertson's got trucks built for tough.
Make your way to Robbie Robertson Ford in Waycross, where the deals are bigger than ever. Looking for a stylish midsize car, a spacious SUV, or a truck that performs at work and play? Robbie Robertson wants your vehicle and is paying top dollar. Now is the time to buy. Fords are cheaper in the swamp.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kevin Price for On Air with 912 Sports. This week, I'm here to give you an update on Southeast Georgia High School Wrestling. Of course, if you follow wrestling, you know that we have reached the pinnacle of the high school wrestling season here in the state of Georgia. Last week we had area team duels. This week we'll have the state championships decided in team duels. Then the wrestling season will continue on into the postseason, where we'll have the traditional area tournaments followed by the traditional state tournaments, of course, which will conclude, as always, a tradition to have those in Macon, the Macon Centerplex. But the traditional wrestling, there still will be team titles on the line, but basically traditional wrestling differs from the duels wrestling in that it's team against team in the duels, but in traditional wrestling, individuals from the respective high schools qualify for state, and based on their finishes in their respective weight classes, of course, they can win a state championship, be a state placer, but also accumulate points for their teams, which do go to decide the team championship. But first things first, we had area duels last weekend throughout the state, and several of our area teams will be moving on to compete for the state titles in their respective classifications this week at the various designated sites around the state. So we'll give you the rundown right here, starting right now with Class Single A, and we'll work our way up to 7A. But in Single A, we'll be represented here in Southeast Georgia by two teams. That's Charlton County, the Indians, and McIntosh County Academy from Darien. This competition, the Single A state duels, will be held at Heard County High School. And one interesting note about this, Charlton County and McIntosh County Academy, if they were both to win their opening matches on Friday, would then face off against each other later on Friday in a quarterfinal match. And all these state tournaments start on Friday and then continue on Saturday. So moving right along to Class AA, we actually have no Southeast Georgia teams from our 912 coverage area competing in AA. But one fact about AA that we do want to pass along, the state duels in AA will be decided in Hazelhurst at Jeff Davis High School. So if you're a wrestling fan, or if you live around this Southeast Georgia area, particularly anywhere close to Hazelhurst, you can still go over to Jeff Davis High School and watch some good competition there on the wrestling mat, as the 2A state titles will be decided there in Hazelhurst this year. Now, moving right along to Class 3A, our lone representative from here in Southeast Georgia is Long County. They will be facing off against Kahula Creek in a first-round matchup. The 3A state duels will be held up in North Georgia at Lumpkin County High School in Dahlonega. So a pretty good trip for the Long County Blue Tide to participate in state, but we do want to wish them a lot of luck this weekend. Now, moving on to Class 4A, we have the Wayne County Yellow Jackets. They will be up at Chesadee High School in Gainesville, Georgia, competing for the 4A state championship there in state duels. Their first round opponent will be Troop High School, of course, that from over in LaGrange. So Wayne County against Troop in a first round matchup there in Class 4A. Good luck to the Yellow Jackets this weekend as they go for a duels championship. Now in Class 5A, it's going to be the region champion Coffee County Trojans. They'll be in a first round matchup in Class 5A against Chapel Hill. And these 5A matches will be up at Jefferson High School. That is in Jefferson, Georgia, basically around the Athens area, so Northeast Georgia, if you will. But the Wayne County Yellow Jackets in 4A, the Coffee County Trojans in 5A against Chapel Hill, again in Jefferson. Now in Class 6A and 7A, we actually also have two teams from our Southeast Georgia cover area here at 912 Sports. We'll talk about 6A first. Out of the area, it's going to be South Effingham and Glen Academy, the 1 and 2 teams out of that area. South Effingham won the region championship. Glen Academy finished second. Brunswick, usually a state qualifier, finished third. A loaded region there with those three teams in particular. And Effingham has a good team this year as well. But South Effingham, the defending Class 6A state champion, so they are looking to go back-to-back if they can. Glen Academy will have something to say about that. The Red Terrors finished fourth in state duels last year, of course, going as the number 2 seed out of the area tournament this weekend. Obviously, us here at 912 would like to see our two teams possibly square off for that state championship. And along that line, they can only meet in the state final if they were both to keep winning and go all the way through the winner's bracket. They would be due to meet not before the state championship. So that would be quite a sight there in North Forsyth High School is where those will be held. That is in Cumming, Georgia. So good luck to both the Mustangs and the Red Terrors. Hopefully we'll see them square off and finish 1 and 2 in state. That would be the dream matchup, but we'll see if either one of those teams can certainly get a state title this weekend. And of course, again, the South Effingham Mustangs, the region champion, and also the defending state champion. We'll see if they can go back to back. Then in 7A, nothing unusual here. The Camden County Wildcats back out again as the area champion out of their region, Region 1. They'll also be joined in the state duals finals there by Richmond Hill. Of course, Richmond Hill finished second, so it's Wildcats and Wildcats out of that region. Camden County, again, just a monster this time of year, a perennial power. They have won consecutive state championships going all the way back to 2015, I believe. So they've won 9 in a row, going for number 10, of course, in a row this weekend. They'll be the team to beat in 7A. Those will be at Buford. Several perennial powers up in the 7A bracket there in state duels. Of course, Buford being one of those teams as well. Camden County got it done last year, has gotten it done several years in a row, as I've already stated. Again, the Wildcats out of Camden will be the team to beat. And of course, they'll just load up and get ready for the traditional wrestling part of the season coming up next. And they'll be loaded and well represented in the state tournament there as well. So that's a rundown on our Southeast Georgia wrestling teams. Big part of the season for them. State championships going to be decided this week in all 7 classifications at various sites around the state. Get out and watch some high school wrestling. You can also watch it on the NHFS site, and you can also follow it several other ways. Look on the GHSA site, ghsa.net, for more information about all these wrestling tournaments, and we'll keep you up to date going forward right here on 912 Sports as well. So for 912 Sports, I'm Kevin Price.
High schoolers, did you know that you can get a head start on your college career and save money at the same time through dual enrollment at Coastal Pines Technical College? Dual enrollment is open to high school juniors and seniors, tuition free. Talk to your high school counselor or visit coastalpines.edu for more information. Coastal Pines Technical College, an equal opportunity institution. Go Coastal.
Gibson Animal Clinic is ready to help with your animals. From cats to dogs to horses, we treat them all. Calling us for grooming, bathing, boarding, and more serious things like surgery, dentistry, spay, neuter, immunizations, heartworm prevention, flea control, complete lab testing, radiology, preventive health care. Call us at 285-7678. Open Saturdays for your convenience. Gibson Animal Clinic. Practical solutions with reasonable fees. Russell J. Gibson, DVM.
Gibson Animal Clinic, 108 Riverside Drive, Waycross.
Hablamos español en nuestra clínica.
This has been a presentation of 912 Sports.